Hi everyone. So we got a little bit of snow through the night. So I think I'll be staying inside for the next day or so. On my other channel, my main channel, I did a video unboxing these two items, and my members usually see, well, most of the time they see my videos before the public does, a few hours or even a day or two before. And I've decided not to post it and do it on this channel because I've got so much going on the main channel with these interviews and all that. I thought I would do it here, and also I've had time to read the book that I'm going to be showing you, and so do a little mini review of it, of my initial thoughts. So on my other channel, I recently, besides interviewing Mark Farner of Grand Funk Railroad, one of the big thrills of my life, I interviewed Michael Noland from The Bottom Line, one of my favorite YouTube channels. That was posted yesterday. In about 4 hours, I'm going to be talking to, I think, 3 other Sparks fans in a pre-recorded chat, and that'll be posted on my main channel in the next, probably tomorrow. But anyway, you can probably tell by the thumbnail that I bought these two items a couple of days ago. I was never going to buy the Beatles Get Back on Blu-ray, mainly because, like a lot of Beatles fans, I was disappointed that there was no extra, there was no bonus material. It's just the whole film that I already had watched twice on Disney. And then I just started thinking, you know what if this becomes unavailable, or, they stop making this and it's selling for a hefty price in the future. I might regret it in the future that I never did buy this. So I bought it, and I'm glad I did. There's the so there's the cover and the back. Looks like this. Turn it this way. So yeah, if you haven't seen the Michael Noland interview, that's on my main channel. We talk about the Beatles, Paul McCartney, Led Zeppelin, just music in general. So I think if you love classic rock music, you'll find it interesting. So it looks like this, and it opens this way. Then that's the one Blu-ray here. Then it opens again. Nice sturdy package. And each of the Blu-rays have a different label, which is nice. Blu-ray 2 and Blu-ray 3. And there's also individual pictures of the Beatles in this folder. Really nice quality. So my biggest, the memory of watching the documentary for the very first time, I watched most of it here in the living room, and then I think near the end I was in bed watching it on my phone, with the Bluetooth headphones. And so the concert segment, they were doing Get Back. They did a little, they were, I think, doing a little rehearsal of Get Back, and then they got into the concert. And so the second time they did the full Get Back, there was just a point in it where John and Paul jumped at the same time. And for whatever reason, that just got to me. That they were having fun, they were enjoying themselves. And all those years of, the Beatles not getting along. Not that they always got along. I understand they didn't always get along, especially in this period. But they also had lots of laughs and did get along. And it was just when John and Paul jumped, and it got emotional, and I had tears. I was crying. It really hit me, because the Beatles have brought so many of us so much happiness. And so it was great to finally see all of that footage, and kind of changed history a little bit, that it wasn't quite as bad as us Beatles fans thought it was. And I bought this book, In Your Mind, The Infinite Universe of Yoko Ono by Madeline Boccaro. And I've had a chance to skim through it. As some of you know, I always say for a book, this is why I'd never read a novel or anything. I never read from start to finish for whatever reason. I just can't. Lack of patience or whatever. So I just go from page to another page. I go all over. I end up reading the whole book in time, but it's just scattered. But luckily with a book like this, it doesn't matter. But I've really enjoyed it. I'm very, very happy I bought it. I found, even if you're not a fan of Yoko Ono, there's a lot of John Lennon stories in this. And I am a fan of Yoko Ono's music. And I totally understand people that dislike her. I don't want to say hate. That dislike her music, her screaming. But some of those people don't know that actually she wrote a lot of songs, actual songs. And one of my favorite double albums of all time is her Approximately Infinite Universe. And I've got her 3 experimental albums with John Lennon that they did early on. I don't like them at all. But like I said, I do like a lot of her music. Her double album Fly, with Ringo Starr on it, Eric Clapton, and more. The latest one I bought, Yoko Ono, Plastic Ono Band with Sean Lennon, Between My Head and the Sky, which is excellent. Feeling the Space. It's all song-based. It's not experimental music. And Approximately Infinite Universe, my favorite of the ones I have. I also love Season of Glass, but I'm hoping that they remaster it because it's really hard to buy now. It's expensive on CD to buy. So it just goes through the, Yoko's life and her time with John, talks about all of the albums, songs from each of them. Yoko Rocks My Universe, Approximately Infinite Universe, the album, and just goes into the details of that album and the other ones. Yeah, I'm just trying to find, a little something to read here. I just find it all very interesting. Becoming one of the most famous people in the world after she met John Lennon in 1966 could not resolve Yoko's loneliness. Even within their mutually obsessive closeness, John and Yoko were insular and lonely together. Yoko. John changed everything in a sense that I was a very lonely person before I met him. Most people in the world are very lonely. That's the biggest problem. And because of their loneliness, they become suspicious. And the reason we're lonely is because we can't communicate enough from the various complexes we have and from the social habits we've created. We become very inhibited. But when I met John, I started to open up a little through love, And that's the greatest thing that happened to me yet. There were various facets in my life and my personality, and I never met anybody else who could understand me. We understand each other so well, and I'm not lonely anymore, which is a shocking experience, really. Although through loneliness or something, I was starting to become a very firm and also through loneliness or something, I was starting to become a very firm and strong ego, but that's melting away and it's very nice. And then John says here in a quote, I was lonely and I didn't have full communication with anybody, and it took a bit of adjusting. She rediscovered or cultivated the thing that existed in me before I left Liverpool. Maybe, and recultivated the natural John Lennon that had been lost in the Beatles thing and the worldwide thing. She encouraged me to be myself because it was me that she fell in love with, not the Beatles or whatever I was. When you get sidetracked, you believe it, and when you're in the dark, you believe it. She came and reminded me that there was light, and when you remember there's light, you don't want to get back in the dark again. That's what she did for me. And, and he goes on, he says a lot more about their relationship in this. And that's why these people that bash Yoko, all through the years, even John says in this book at some point, it's like, if you can't accept her, that's the woman that he loves, right? Not talking about her music, you don't like her music, that's fine. But anybody that doesn't like her being with him, it's like he's basically saying F you to them. And I can't blame him, right? Like, he loved her. And that's the end of that story. So, yeah, I'm really impressed with this. I just started leafing through it, but I'm totally enjoying it. So I highly recommend it, even if you're not a big Yoko Ono fan, but you're a Beatles fan. There's some great content in this. So that is it. Thanks for watching and have a great day.